As far as we have come, and after all the horrors we have seen, there is still so much we do not know about the final days. Could it be as Nirhana said, that the cause of this phenomenon is beyond our comprehension? And if so, are we powerless to forestall it? Greetings, honored scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have a message from His Excellency the Satrap. Brave scions, you have my gratitude for aiding my people in this most trying of times. Alas, matters here at Megaduta prevent me from meeting you all in person. As a token of my appreciation, I have arranged a feast to be held in your honor. May it nourish you in preparation for the trials ahead. Such are the words of Master Vritra. The feat he speaks of waits you at Merid's Mayhem. Pray make your way there whenever your business here is done. We thank you for your kindness. Indeed, I was hoping we might find a place to discuss our next course of action, and that seems an ideal venue. Ah, and to you, Green Slime, there's someone who had hoped to introduce you in particular. While I am loath to detain you further, might you spare a moment of your time? A personal invitation, knowing full well your services are in the highest demand right now. This must be important. Worry not, we'll save some food for you, so take all the time you need. Thank you, friend. Whenever you are ready, please join me in the Aetheryte Plaza. I shall go on ahead. Access to the Aetheryte you see there has been restricted to a select few ever since the tower first appeared. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience, but it was deemed too dangerous to permit the free movement of visitors at a time of emergency, a risk we could not take. In light of recent developments, however, the Satrap has decided that such restrictions should only hinder our efforts to combat the final days. As such, I would encourage you to attune with the Aetheryte before proceeding along the corridor. Ah, you must be wondering what this place is. You stand in the Hall of the Radiant Host, from where our leadership oversees all of Radzatan's military operations. Sundrop, our destination, lies just ahead. Welcome to Sundrop.
Oh, I got some.
What was that?
Sorry. I said I've got some leveling to do.
Welcome to Sundrop. Without further ado, allow me to introduce you to... Oh, so you're the famous green slime, eh? I knew at the moment you will step through that door. You've the look of one who's walked through hell. Shirabat, please. You're speaking to the Satrap's honored guest and a savior of our people. Can you not show a modicum of respect? What disrespect is there in paying a fellow warrior a compliment? We're all friends here, or will soon be soon enough. More formally then, for the benefit of my countrymen, it is a pleasure to have you with us, O great champion of yours, yes, I am the Seventh Dawn, warrior of light, all around good egg, I'm sure. And who are you? A fool with too many scars and knees that ache in the winter. Name's Shirabat, and I attend to business here. As for what sort of business, how can I put it? Rajatan welcomes delegates from other lands to oversee trade and diplomatic dealings. Then there are military matters to discuss, which is why all these officers are stationed here in Sundra. I imagine you're more than familiar with each of the nations they represent, yes? We got representatives from Doma, Uda and Alamigo, Limsalominsa, Britannia, and last, but never let it be said at least, Ishgard, and the eyes, ears, and mouths that bridge the distance between Radzatan and their respective homelands. We use this brief respite to share the details of our plight with our overseas counterparts. And wouldn't you know it, all of their leaders requested a few words from you specifically. You're a man of high demand, eh? And so, would you mind regaling us with your own account? Indulge us before you indulge yourself.
Thank you for the report. Conditions under which men are turned to beast of etheric anomalies you have observed. You have given us much to consider. It's concerning that the first transformation apparently occurred before the skies turned red. It's contrary to what one would expect.
Thankfully, the information you conveyed to Lucia upon your return from the moon has already proved invaluable. As soon as reports of the calamity here in Thavnair reached the Grand Company of Eorzea and our Far Eastern allies, our leaders knew at once that the final days were indeed upon us. They began taking steps to assess the extent of the phenomenon's spread. Our agents were to confirm that, for the time being, the skies burn only over the Bounty, including this island and Korvos. Alas, that is of little comfort.
Aye, all throughout Allied lands there have been reports of people transforming into hideous beasts. From what little we have learned, these incidents are similar in nature to that involving the merchant Kalzal. As was the case here, the victims underwent the change prior to the heavens being set ablaze. And so, while the burning skies have yet to manifest beyond the Bounty, the transformation do not appear to be subject to any similar restriction. If anyone anywhere overcome by despair can turn, then nowhere is safe.
That's about the size of it. Speaking of which, ought to give these creatures a name, don't you think? Here at Radzatan, we've taken to calling the first to change, which tend to be the biggest, blasphemies.
A fitting name as any. To ensure clarity in future communications, we shall urge our comrades to adopt this terminology.
Our leaders have taken measures to deal with the threats to the best of our abilities.
Aye, each nation has assembled their own groups of elite soldiers to put down these so-called blasphemies and their spawn as and when they appear. At the same time, they're doing all their power to put the people's minds at ease and prevent panic and fear from spreading. That said, brave souls with the strength and fortitude to fell these terrible fiends are not easily found.
Just so, it is for that very reason we turn to you. Pray lend us your strength, and help us slay the blasphemies that plague our homelands. Now, you don't have to give your reply before dinner. I shall also mention that each blasphemy seems to possess wildly different characteristics. What works well against one may serve you poorly against another. So before you go rushing off to save everyone's day, have a word with the delegates. They'll tell you what to expect. And with that, I do believe our friend here has a feast to attend. Spare a thought for us while you're tucking into all that fine cuisine, eh? You'll gain access to the role quest for Endwalker. A separate quest line and story is now available for tank, melee DPS, physical range DPS, magical range DPS, and healer roles. You The undertaking expressed to speak of any of the delegates in Sundra and agreed to help defeat the blasphemies that plagued their respective homelands. Well, I know what I'm spending my week on.
I need levels to do them all.
Oh no. Well,
Also, I'm assuming we'll need a level all the way up to like 90 or something to finish it.
Probably. Thankfully, I leveled Summoner so I can level up Magical DPS and Healer. Ray forgives Shirabat and her rudeness. She can be a bit boisterous at times, but it is simply her nature. Anyway, my apologies for keeping you from your hard-earned rest. You'll be rejoining your companions, yes? You know the way to the Mayhem. I know Razzatan like the back of my hand, especially with the Aetherized shards. Glad that you're becoming familiar with our fair city. You'll be pleased to hear that all drinks are on the house, so order whatever suits your fancy. And with that, I must return to my post. On behalf of all the Radiant hosts, I thank you and your friends once more for lending your strength and courage to Razzatan in our time of need. We shall endeavor to fight the good fight to the end. We might honor Arawan's legacy and serve Master Vritra well. Have my word that your efforts will not be in vain. Welcome! When the Satrap asked us to entertain a party of honored guests, I was wondering who it might be. This is a lovely surprise to say the least. By the way, I heard all about Kalzal from your friend Grahatia. I understand there was nothing that could be done, but I was heartened to hear he meant us no harm. I cannot thank you enough for dispatching the beast. As the smallest token of our thanks, your food and drink tonight are Mayreed Street. Speaking of which, what shall I start you off with? Water. Just water.
Lame.
Well, I'm not a
Not even the chai.
No, I'll be fine. As you wish, pray join your friends and I will bring you your drink. Look here, I don't care what the atomic theory says. Water is the basis of all life.
There's water in chai, tea.
Shush.
But also deliciousness and heat.
Shush. Welcome back. Whatever did the Radiant want with you, pray tell? They want me to hunt down blasphemies like Sin Eaters. Our allies have sent military delegates. That's news to me. Mind sharing the details?
So blasphemies now plague all the realm.
It will only get worse if what Father said is true, as it did in Amarot.
If that's our model, then shouldn't we expect the effects to grow more severe as it feeds off its own spread? As if people transforming into those monstrosities wasn't bad enough. If the flora and fauna, if the land itself turned against us.
No one would survive.
Here's your order, friend. May you find comfort in these dark times.
Where do we go from here? If there's one thing we've learned, fighting blindly and simply reacting to what comes will accomplish nothing. We must find a solution that addresses the fundamental cause. Before our strength is exhausted, before this crisis spirals out of control. Is there something, anything we've overlooked?
If there is an answer, Hydaelyn herself will have it. 'Twas she who bound Zodiac and forestalled the final days. Alas, we have heard naught from her since the Tower of Babel. Whether she cannot or will not speak, I can only speculate. Even the flower she gave us is no more. So advised the Watcher. But what could be the significance of that name? It is entirely unfamiliar to me.
To me as well. It meant something to the ancients, though. In our time.
Most surely. Yet I do not recall a single mention of it in the records of Anida.
Another dead end. And quite literally. It's not as if there are any ancients living we could go and ask.
Not alive as such, but not quite dead. Elidibus. I sealed him in the White Auracite of the Crystal Tower back on the first. Contained within that reservoir of ether that maintains it, ether that is returned little by little to the sea. Naught may remain of his soul. However, if part of it lingers, we might be able to speak with him there. I know we can no longer make that journey, but you, my friend, still can. Thank you, my friend. That would mean much to me.
If nothing else, should we learn the First is safe, we'll have that much more reason to keep fighting the good fight. That said, the odds are not in our favor, to say the least. Which is why we're fortunate to have Urianger up there on the moon, working hard to make all the necessary preparations for our departure, should it come to it.
And why we have nothing to lose by staying the course till the last instant.
Indeed. To the last, let us all do what we can. I will consult with Master Matoya and see if she knows of a way to reach Hydaelyn from the Ethereal Sea.
And I will visit the nation's leaders and attempt to ascertain how far the final days have progressed elsewhere.
Keep me abreast of your findings. I can seek out and slay the worst of the immediate threats, if only to slow the spread.
Unease, terror, despair. Try as we might to suppress them, these emotions will return to harry us time and time again. But when they do, remember this. Your friends and loved ones are out there somewhere, sharing in your struggle. You are not alone.
So ends the brief respite before the next revelation. Yes, so much left for you to see. Where beginning ends, and end begins.
Now then, is there anything we've forgotten to mention? Are your arms and armor in good order? In that case, it's time we attended to tasks. And when you arrive on the first, give my regards to Reed. Tell her I miss her. Ooh, another story arc finished. Oh, are we continuing a little further?
It's up to you.
Maybe a little further. Ratia has something he wishes to give you.
Take these, Green. My spirit vessel. Empty now, of course, but it should allow you to operate the tower systems in the Umbilicus. Even the smallest fragment of Elidibus' essence remains, it should be possible to locate it. As for access to the Umbilicus, pray seek out Lena for assistance. Chances are she still stands watch at the Extensor Gate. Should she or anyone else ask after me, tell them I am living my life to the fullest. That I am happy, hardships and all. Well, we had best be on our respective ways. God's willing, we will see each other again ere long. Rain, you are returned. For now. Have you been well, you and the others? We've no shortage of troubles, but we're well enough. Then things are much the same for you as they were here. My lord is doubtless enjoying himself. He said this to you. These exact words. Ugh, to know that he is happy. It fills my heart with joy. Thank you, Green, for taking care of him. When next you see him, please tell him not to overexert himself. Futile request though it is. And tell him that all is well here. The peace you gifted us continues, and we work hard to build new lives for ourselves. In the course of this, we occasionally bicker, but we've never been more optimistic for tomorrow. If I had to mention one dilemma, it would be the question of our governance. Even as we speak, debate rages on how we should run the city in the Exarch's absence. Most are of a mind that the Settlement Council should continue to oversee the general running of the Crystarium, while representatives are elected to determine policy and handle diplomacy. Thus far, nothing is set in stone, but however we choose to proceed, we will not replace our lord. No one could. Have you recently observed any unusual phenomena? No, can I say there have been? Curious that you should ask me this question, though. Some days ago, Reen came and asked the very same. She was rather unsettled, in stark contrast to how cheerful she has been of late. She and the other Crystarium youth just hosted a festival, you see. It proved so popular that there are already plans for another celebration, one much bigger than the first. Between the preparation for the festival and the restoration of the empty, she struck me as happy and full of life. So when I saw her in a state of such worry, I couldn't help but feel worried in turn, especially since she wouldn't tell me what troubled her. I dare say she would be more willing to confide in you. May I ask you to broach the subject with her? You wish to enter the Umbilicus. Very well. I shall fetch the key at once, and take the opportunity to find Reen. Please wait for me in the city, in front of the Cabinet of Curiosity, shall we say. I'll be along as soon as I can. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Wait for Lena? Yes. Do my old eyes deceive? Is that truly green? Ah, it is. Oh, glad am I to see you hale and whole, my friend. What a wonderful surprise it is to have you back with us, and at this most opportune time. In case you haven't heard, we are planning to produce a tome chronicling events from the Flood to the Knight's return. For this project, we intend to draw upon records kept by the world's peoples. Historical and contemporary first-hand accounts will be the centerpiece of the tome, but yours will be the one to crown them all. I've been asked to contribute a chapter on the soul, a subject that is key to understanding much of your endeavors. In the course of developing the spirit vessel, I gained valuable insights into travel beyond the rift, knowledge that will allow me to attest to your experience and deeds. There is no end to the question I would ask you, but if you could indulge me in one for now. In your quest to restore the Knight, you faced many a formidable foe. Among them, who offered you the greatest struggle? I'm gonna say Hades, who bore the burden of his people. Ah yes, Hades! He who sought to resurrect his ancient brethren. He was a final obstacle in your quest to restore the Knight. Your battle in the depths of the Tempest is stuff of epics. Yet, compelling as it is, I worry that mere words wouldn't do justice to that fateful confrontation. Not that we would think to omit it entirely, of course, no. At the very least, we will impress upon readers that it was a climax of your hero's journey. I know you love to talk his ear off, Morin, but we really should be on our way. Those documents from Yolmor won't collect themselves. Of course, and afterwards, would you care to join me for tea? I was hoping you might clarify a few points in your treatise. Until next time then, do tell the others to look after themselves. Our overzealous friend in particular, remind him not to overexert himself, again and again till his ears fall off, if that's what it takes for him to take it to heart. Is that the Warrior of Darkness? It's him! It's really him! What are you doing here? If you're going to battle, I can give you some medicine. I made it myself. Best not, Riki. You don't want to give him a stomach ache. We come to see Morin to get his advice. One of the gods finally agreed to teach us how to fight, but first we need to choose a fighting style. I know that I want to be a mage, Arkil isn't sure. Magic isn't really my thing, so I was thinking of taking up the axe, or the sword, or maybe the bow. They all seem alright, but it's hard to decide, so I thought I'd ask Morin. He knows about lots of things. He isn't here? Oh. Ooh, why don't you have the Warrior of Darkness choose for you? What do you think suits Arkil best? Axe, sword, or bow? For protecting your friends, the sword. Someone's gonna need to be a tank. Sword! If you took up the sword, you could be just like... Brandon, the Warrior of Light! I love that tale! Let's borrow the book today! It's really popular though. I hope it's still there. Thanks for helping me decide, Warrior of Darkness. I'll start with that style and maybe try something else later on. When I get really strong, I have to have a bout with you. Such fun he's been having basking their adoration of musty old bookworms and wide-eyed younglings. But does he spare a thought for me? Of course not. I waited and waited and waited, but he won't so much acknowledge the presence of his beautiful branch, even though you're right here. Such a heartless thing our sapling is, cold and cruel and heartless. Oh, faithful Fail, lovely sub-branches, how I have missed you, etc., etc. If you truly miss me, you should have cried for me at the top of your lungs the instant you arrived. To make up for it, you will call with twice the passion next time. Though for there to be a next time, you have a few struggles to overcome. So, my adorable sapling, the world is on the verge of destruction, is it? How do I know this? Joined as we are, spying on you is as simple as sliding down the back of a rainbow. Would that I could aid you in your quest. The fate of we faith folk is bound to that of the star. Whither it goes, so too do we follow. Such is our way. The most I could do for you is spare you the pain by giving you the sweetest of eternal dreams. But if escape's not to your liking, then you must struggle with your fellow mortals. Ah, but here are the ones you were waiting for. I wonder, what manner of a conclusion awaits at tale's end? My apologies for the delay. Green, so wonderful to see you again. You doubtless have much catching up to do, so I shall leave you to it. I've taken the liberty of unlocking the umbilicus, and you may enter at your leisure. I'm relieved to hear that everyone is well. I've had this feeling like a pit in my stomach. I was afraid that something might have happened. Maybe I'm overthinking things, but it's just that... I'm the Oracle of Light, but I've never spoken with Hydaelyn. Never once heard her call. Even so, I've always had this feeling deep inside me, connection to something immense. These past few days, though, that connection has wavered. As if that immense something was distant, then close, then distant again. And then the other night, I was jolted awake by the feeling it had been completely severed. Wanting some fresh air, I went to open the window, and to my horror, the sky was ablaze like during the star shower. But then I blinked, and everything was normal. The next day, no one said a thing. No one else had seen what I had seen. As far as I could tell, nothing was out of the ordinary. I began to wonder if it was just a figment of a half-remembered dream. Green? What are you not telling me? I have to know, please. It doesn't matter how terrible it is. Okay, Star is dying and we're having our version of the flood. It wasn't my imagination then. The doom we witness in Amaroth has come again. I can't believe it. Like I told you before, all is well here in the First. So don't worry about us. Please, look only to the threat before you. We're fine right now, and even if we weren't, we've learned how to survive. Should the final days reach us here as well, you may be assured we won't go quietly. No. We'll hold on until you can find a way to save all our worlds. So long as you continue your fight, so too will we, united in purpose beneath the blazing sky. You're headed to the Umbilicus to consult with Elidibus, right? I'll do some consulting on my own and speak with Lena. Decide how we might best prepare for the final days. So it's farewell for now, but we'll see each other again. I'm certain of it.
Ah, Master Green, welcome back. Captain has told me all. Give the word and we'll show you to the ocular.
Let's proceed to the ocular.
Biometric authentication complete. Please state your business.
Locate Elidibus.
Acknowledged. Reinitializing Circus Tower systems. Searching for Elidibus entity. Target located in subterranean core power accumulator. Projecting image.
My home. My friends. No more than a dream. You. Why have you awakened me? I no longer sense those places beyond, or Lord Zodiac. You must explain all. So, he is fallen? And my brethren's souls returned to the star. The doom we sacrificed so much to prevent is come again. Old burdens now yours to bear. But if this is Fandaniel's design, then I, as Elidibus, have a duty to fulfill. Your unsolicited act has restored to me some few memories of the convocation. Such knowledge as I have, I will share.
Thank you.
I do this not for you. I merely perform my duty, as I have ever done. Where to begin? Ah, the end. Your understanding of what caused the final days is consistent with our own. The decay first took root where the currents were weakest. Yes, a conclusion drawn by him, Fandaniel. Not the him of here and now, but as I knew him, long, long ago. Having shed light upon the phenomenon, he dedicated himself to devising a countermeasure. Were it not for his knowledge of the Celestial, we would never have made the connection, and thence forestalled the final days. And though he inherited that noble soul, how different this last incarnation. so consumed by self-loathing and hate. Elpis. Yes, the name is familiar to me. Yet I know it not as a flower, but a place. A testing facility for determining which of our creations were fit to be released into the world. Many worked there, and before joining the Convocation and assuming the title of Fandaniel, he was their chief. He was Hermes. That is all I know. The crystals tell little of the lives the 14 led prior to their induction. Elpis itself would tell even less. Nary a ruin has survived. Wait. I saw you there. In Elpis. No. I did not. But I did. I did. A lingering trace of impossibility. And a truth that fills my heart. My memories remain clouded, I fear. However, they have revealed to me one possible course. You must travel to Elpis, to the time when Hermes served as its chief.
Come again?
In glimpsing the Exarch's memories, not only did I make his summoning magic mine own, I also mastered the workings of this tower, which, having absorbed my empowered essence, now harbors an abundance of energy. As such, I believe I can deliver you unto the past, unto that place and that precise moment. Given the eons that must be traversed, the gateway will not be fully formed. Your form will be less tangible still than those warriors of light I had summoned. In all likelihood, none will be able to see or hear you. Yet even should you manage to interact with others, you will be unable to effect meaningful change. For the reality you wish to save, the reality to which you must return, exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present. Cannot unmake the sorrow and suffering fated to come.
Can't cause time paradoxes.
In full knowledge of this, will you still entrust your life to your foe and make the journey? Very well. I shall cast you unto the river of time. Let this be my final act. You must input the commands. I no longer have the authority. First, you must reconfigure the systems, that the tower's ether may be channeled for the magic.
Step-by-step tech tutorial.
The preparations are complete. The gateway will soon open. Return at once to the ocular. All appears to be in order. The ether flows unimpeded. The magic should consume every last mote of my essence. Why are you surprised? Did I not say that this will be my final act? Lord Zodiac is no more. There is nothing for me here. The ones I love and long to see again are waiting in that promised land, beyond memory and dream. Now go, warrior of light. Go, and do not look back. Well, Hydaelyn, I take my leave of you. Yours is the mantle of the last of us. May you have the joy of it, the burden, and the solitude. It falls to you now. You and your champion to save our star.